I once worked a short-term assignment as a night sitter for a man named Dean. He was in his early 70s, wheelchair-bound after a stroke, and suffered from early-onset Alzheimer's. His daughter Tessa hired me through a referral agency when her usual caregiver went on an emergency leave. She told me she'd only need me for 2 nights. I agreed, needing the extra money and figuring it would be easy. I'd cared for patients before, after all. The house was on the edge of town, older and half renovated. Dean's room was downstairs, near the back, while I was given the guest room at the top of a narrow, creaky staircase. Tessa walked me through the routine: meals, meds, bathroom help, the usual. She warned me that Dean sometimes woke in the night disoriented and would mutter about things that didn't make sense. "Just soothe him," she said. "He gets confused." The first night passed quietly. Dean barely spoke, just watched me with tired, watery eyes as I brought him his dinner and helped him to bed. Around 2 a.m., I heard movement. When I went downstairs, Dean was sitting upright in his bed, staring at the dark hallway. "There's someone in the walls," he whispered. I asked what he meant, but he just shook his head and wouldn't answer. I reminded him where he was, tucked him back in, and sat with him until he fell asleep again. The next day, I told Tessa what happened. She sighed like she'd heard it before. "He's been saying that for years," she said, "even before the stroke." The second night was colder. I bundled up and tried to relax after Dean went to bed, reading in the guest room. Around midnight, I heard a soft knocking, not from the door, from inside the wall beside the bed. Just 2 soft knocks, spaced evenly apart. Wakaft Sakinen, Estamir. Nothing. I chalked it up to the old house shifting in the cold and went back to reading. But around 3 a.m., Dean began screaming. I ran downstairs and found him out of bed somehow, even though he couldn't walk. His wheelchair was tipped over, and he was dragging himself across the floor, bloodying his palms on the wooden boards. He was screaming the same thing over and over. "They're in the walls! They're watching! They're hungry!" I rushed to help him, but he clawed at me, panic in his eyes. "You don't see them, but they see you." I called Tessa, who came home early and apologized profusely. "He has bad episodes sometimes, but never this bad." I told her I understood, but I wouldn't be returning for the second night. As I packed, I noticed something strange behind the guest room bed. A faint, repeating pattern of symbols scratched into the plaster, claw marks maybe, or something older. I didn't say anything, I just left. But that night, at home in my apartment, I heard 2 soft knocks on my bedroom wall, exactly the same as before.